Hey everyone, Jake from 80/20 Automotive here. Today we're talking about signs, symptoms, and how to diagnose a bad air conditioning or AC compressor. The AC compressor really is the heart of the air conditioning system. It's what's responsible for compressing and sending the refrigerant throughout the whole system. If you have a bad AC compressor, your air conditioning generally is not going to work very well. AC compressors are both expensive parts and also generally labor intensive to get to. So if you have a bad AC compressor, you're likely looking at a $1,000 to $3,000 repair bill, but the AC compressor is also often misdiagnosed, and a lot of times the problem is something that is smaller and cheaper. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the signs and symptoms that you'll get with AC compressor failure. We'll talk a little bit about what causes compressor failure. From there, I will talk briefly on how to diagnose it, but ultimately, diagnosing these issues is quite technical and requires some specialized AC tools. And so most importantly, what we're going to do in this video is talk about some of the other most common problems that cause your air conditioning to fail that aren't the compressor, with the whole goal being giving you a little bit of knowledge so that when you have your AC checked at a repair shop, they don't take you for a ride trying to get you on a $2,500 AC compressor job when all you need is a $100 recharge or a $200 part that's easy to replace. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into some of the signs and symptoms of a bad AC compressor. As I mentioned, the AC compressor is the most important component of the air conditioning system. So if your AC compressor is bad, your air conditioning is not going to work very well. But there are a couple instances where you'll see some weird things going on. So first of all, maybe your air conditioning isn't getting cold at all. However, it's also common to see air conditioning that starts out cold but then gets hot as you start driving, or vice versa, where it starts out hot and then it gets cold as you start driving. Also, AC compressors tend to fail a little bit more slowly over time, and so if you feel like your air conditioning is getting weaker and weaker and weaker and not getting as cold as it used to, that could be some early signs of compressor failure, but it also could point to something like being low on refrigerant. Outside of issues with your air conditioning and temperatures, the second most common thing that you'll notice is some sounds. It's kind of like some squealing or squeaking sounds that come from the AC compressor. And the third thing is, if you are able to locate and see your AC compressor, you might see some leaks coming around it if it is leaking refrigerant. The AC compressor can fail internally. There are a number of seals that can fail inside of it and cause it to go bad. Running low on refrigerant can cause it to go bad as well. There are some electrical or clutch related failures that can cause it. And lastly, the AC refrigerant can become contaminated with a lot of moisture, dirt, debris, and things like that, and that can also cause the AC compressor to fail. And so AC compressor failure is very possible, and it generally fails internally, meaning whenever it fails, you need to go ahead and replace the whole AC compressor. And generally alongside that comes replacing a few other parts, and that's why it ends up being a very expensive replacement. In terms of diagnosing AC compressor failure, it does require some very specialized kind of testing and tools. Ultimately, even if you are a car guy, if you don't know anything about air conditioning systems, it can be a little bit trickier to diagnose this at home. And so there are a few things that you can do if you know how to do it. The first thing is going to be verifying the pressure coming from the AC compressor, because its whole job is to compress refrigerant. And so seeing what pressure it's running at is a good way of telling whether it's working properly or not. Secondly, the compressor has a clutch that needs to engage. You can verify that the compressor clutch is actually engaging like it should. Third, you can do visual inspections to see if you notice any leaks coming around it. And fourth, you can listen for any noises coming from it too. So number 3 and 4 on this list are going to be the easiest things that you can do from home in your garage. If you know how to test AC pressure, then you can go ahead and test the pressure. And if you know what you're looking for or listening for the compressor clutch engaging, you can go ahead and try to diagnose that as well. Lastly, you'll want to go ahead and run an engine scan just to see if you get any AC related codes popping up. A lot of more modern vehicles, of course, have a number of electronic sensors and electrical components that can cause fault codes. So looking to see if you have any engine codes or anything stored in there for the air conditioning system is always the best place to start. You should go ahead and pull all the fuses or relays that you can find related to the AC system just to make sure those are all good first, because that's going to be the easiest and cheapest fix. So all that to be said, we ultimately don't want to have to replace the AC compressor. Sometimes that is the problem, but like I mentioned, a lot of times there are some other things that can fail that can make it look like the AC compressor is bad. The most important thing here is if you're working with a repair shop, somewhere that specializes in air conditioning systems, you're going to want to make sure that they've run through the whole checklist and make sure that it's not one of these smaller items before you go replacing the compressor. Just being able to go and have a conversation with the repair shop and list off a couple of these things. Hey, have you guys checked this? Have you checked that? It at least makes you look and sound like you know what you're talking about, and gives you a better likelihood of not being taken for a ride and being told that you have to replace the compressor, when in reality all you need is an AC recharge or a small $50 part to be replaced. So a couple things that are misdiagnosed and things to have your repair shop or you check if you know what you're doing is: one, your refrigerant levels. You might simply just need an AC recharge where you're refilling up refrigerant or where you're flushing the refrigerant out and putting new refrigerant in it. So most importantly, make sure that you have enough refrigerant in the AC system in the first place, because if you don't have enough refrigerant, your air conditioning is not going to be getting cold like it should. Second, you could have a faulty pressure sensor that makes it look like the pressures from the AC condenser are bad, when in reality it's just a faulty electrical sensor. Third, you could have a bad relay or fuse, which would be the best case scenario, because I know it costs you like $1 to fix the problem. And then a fourth thing that could go bad is the expansion valve, which I recently did a video on bad expansion valves as well. So go ahead and check out that video if you think you might have an expansion valve issue, which ultimately gives very similar signs and symptoms as to a bad AC compressor. And ultimately the expansion valve is something that does usually get replaced at the same time a compressor gets replaced. And even if you don't have to replace the compressor, the expansion valves are usually relatively cheap, but sometimes labor of getting to them is very expensive. That is another thing that can go bad and give you the same symptoms as an AC compressor. That covers it on our video on AC compressor failure. Hopefully this was helpful in at least pointing you in the right direction of what other things might be causing air conditioning problems. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I hope your issues aren't with the compressor itself and are instead with one of the other things we mentioned on this list that are a little bit cheaper and easier to fix. If you guys appreciate this video, please click the like button, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for all our future repair and diagnostic content.